purpose as men pleasers, but as servants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart. Understanding I'm not working my ministry just to please you.
No, sir. No, sir.
I'm not working this ministry just for the church to get rich. Because I'm already wealthy in the kingdom. So finance and all that money type of thing is good. But I want you to understand, for the love of money is the root to all evil. So I'm not going to allow money be the reason behind my mission. So if I'm doing it to get paid, you need to stop right now and have a seat. Let somebody else do it that's going to do it to the heart. Is that all right, Lathan?
That's all right.
Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Once this has happened, then we can begin looking forward to the change.
Oh,
We're talking about progressing from church to ministry.
Amen.
Ask your neighbor, say, neighbor,
Neighbor,
are you a part
are you a part
of the remnant
of the remnant
through the ministry?
through the ministry?
Tell your neighbor,
Neighbor,
in position
I'm in position
for transition.
for transition.
Which brings us to our second point of the evening. So we see and we discover that it is a choice of action, but now it is taking a shift, because now we find it to be something where we are serving the ministry through adaptation. We are serving the ministry through adaptation.
Yes, yes.
One of the things that helped President Obama in his presidential campaign was the slogan, change.
Change.
It can happen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
And yes, we did. Change is a necessary component in the progressing from church to ministry. Change. Why are we so afraid of that word? Don't be afraid of change.
All right.
Paul says in verse 20 through 22, he says, in so many words, if I want to be effective, I must be willing to meet them where they are. I'm talking to some folks. I must be willing to assume the position right where they are.
Amen, amen.
Understand that not everybody that comes in is going to be clean like you. But it ought not matter, because as soon as they come in, there's my opportunity to minister. As a matter of fact, I'll not be waiting for them to come in. I need to run on the outside and see what they're doing. So pastors, we got to be fishers of men. But it all depends on how big your net is. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, how big is your net?
How big is your net?
Small net catch small fish.
There you go.
But if a big net comes into play, we can reach the masses. I thought I heard somebody this week, I think it was Mr. Hudson, say, why not think big? For God is big. Why not believe that he's able to turn this thing around? If he can do all these miracles and perform them time after time in the scriptures, why not now? Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, why not now?
Why not now?
So Paul is letting us know that if we want to be effective, we have to be willing to meet them where they are. Paul, now this is interesting. This is what really got me, and I began to shout early this morning. I tried my best to put a lid on it, because my wife, Nicole, was asleep and the kids were asleep, and I said, Lord, have mercy. If it wasn't for them being asleep, I'd wake everybody up. Now we're talking, hold this, we're talking about being a radical, right? We're talking about being a radical. We're talking about the remnant. Now check this out. Paul goes on and he says, in some ways or another, he says, takes to a radical position of transition. Paul is adapting. He's changing his approach to reach the multitude. Paul is showing us the example. He says, since you are a Jew, I might not be a Jew, sometimes say that the song that say, get on my level, get on my level. Y'all remember that? We got to get on the level. So Paul has assumed a radical position